Satisfy your need for happiness through curiosity with the Ranveer Show.
I'm thinking about my personal life more than ever.
Your personal life?
Yes, yeah, for sure. Like thinking about...
Are you dating someone?
No, I'm
You're
not.
single?
Yeah, I'm single. So I'm just trying to figure out how to let those walls down again. You know, the ones that I built because of the experience I had. I'm trying to figure out how to screen people more, you know, read them a little more, not allowing dangerous people in my environment, my surroundings. And I'm also trying to figure out what I want. Okay, what do I want from a man? Besides the things that we discussed, the basic things, where can I find them? You know what I mean? Because like we said, there's very few now who have this mentality. A lot of them now are like, whatever, I'm just going to compete with a girl and whatever it is what it is. Yeah, of course. A lot of them are also tired of competing and trying to stick to the societal norms. And it's a tough world that we live in today. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of person I want. Where, how am I going to do this? Trying to figure out, I have this love for my career, but I also want to be a mom. I also want to be a wife. I also want to take care of my home. So I have to think about how I'm going to balance both of them because I also want to take over the world, right? So people are probably in the comment section saying, she's a psychopath. You know what I mean? She doesn't know what she wants, but I want both. So now that I know my personality trait is like this, and I know that I'm probably destined for this, now I have to figure out how I'm going to do both of them. Yeah.
What's the foreigner perspective on Indian guys in terms of dating? What are
It's
Indian
hard.
guys?
It's really hard. It's like if you're from South America, your perspective is going to be different, right? If you're from Europe, your perspective is going to be different. I'm again an Arab, North African woman. My perspective is like, you guys are just like Middle Eastern and African guys. Like it's the same. There is no difference really, to be honest with you.
So this whole personal life mathematics that you're doing, what have you figured from it? Like, what do you want? For example, at this point, I have figured that I need stability. That's what I need like the most. Like and I've had a phase where I was seeing someone who was 4 or 5 years younger than I am.
Okay.
And that was too much of an age gap for me.
Okay.
Because I felt like that phase of life where they're like 24, 25, there's too many variables.
It's too young.
Yeah,
it's too young.
And right after that, I started dating someone who was like around my age, and it was so much more stability. That stability gave me a sense of healing almost.
Oh yes, for sure.
So
of
that's
course.
become
you cannot, you're in your 30s now, you're going into a different phase in life, a phase of where you're going to start thinking about these things that we've been speaking about. You cannot be dating someone who's 22 because she's in a different space in her mind completely. She's still trying to figure out who she is. You know what I mean?
That was my thought before dating her. Okay. And she pursued the relationship more. And she told me that, hey, you know what? I understand you're in like a marriage and stable relationship zone. So am I. But once we began dating, it started like kind of breaking down because she wasn't actually in that space. And I have another female friend who I was, after I broke up with this particular girl, I just told her that, hey, you know, this is what happened to me. That female friend of mine told me that, you know, a lot of girls, especially in media, will portray another reality in order. It's like I don't like saying this, but it's sort of like the player version of girls.
Yeah, for sure.
That happens.
Yes, of
Because
course.
as a guy, you assume girls are really sweet. Girls are
No.
So
you assume girls are sweet.
I think I got played in that one equation, but I'm realizing that now. And I'm not saying that I'm some dudh ka dhula. Like I have also made mistakes in my life. I've never been a player, but I may not have given 100% to certain relation. I never cheated or anything.
Okay.
But just in terms of...
You were not in 100%.
Maybe I wasn't as into it as the girl was. And a few times I've been on the receiving end. 2 or 3 times in my life I've been on the receiving end, but I'm more into it and the girl's not. But the fact that a girl lied to me like this was the first time, like...
Obviously, because you said no and she wanted something she can't have. And a lot of girls... let me put a disclaimer here, guys. I'm not speaking about everyone. This is just general. That's all. There are obviously women who are great and girls who are great. But there are a lot of girls who, if you say no, they want it even more.
Yeah.
And then they will say anything to get it. Even, for example, for you to be like, hey, I'm in a whole marriage serious space. And she's like, yeah, me too. You're 23. Why are you even thinking about that? But that's because you said no and she wanted something that she couldn't have. And she's ready to risk it all for it, which is crazy. But women are like that. A lot of women are like that. Definitely. And we are not sweet. Girls are not sweet. Girls are not sweet. Whoever told you that, don't be naive.
It's probably the perception you have because of seeing Kajol with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, I know. But in the real world, as much as, we bash men, because like we have this thing where it's in fashion to bash men and be like, men are all assholes. And a lot of women are crazy. A lot of women are crazy. A lot of women are conniving. A lot of them are great actors in real life. Maybe not in front of the camera, but in real life, yes. And they will portray a certain image and they will suck you in to a reality that doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
That's
how I felt.
Yeah. They will lie to you. They'll play you. They'll manipulate situations and they'll emotionally manipulate you. Oh man, some girls are so good at that.
What is emotional manipulation?
What do you mean? Emotional manipulation? It is what it is. Manipulating your emotions. Manipulating their emotions on you.
Getting the guy to like you more.
Making you feel bad about things, guilty about things, changing your mind about certain things, changing your perspective about certain things, changing the course of where things are going, maybe changing who you are, how you think, what your beliefs are. Of course, women can do all that.
But what's the kick? Like, why? Why do this in the first place?
Because women are crazy. Most, not all.
I mean, I know guys also do this stuff.
Men also do that.
Yeah.
Men do it to a different degree.
Yeah.
And different aspects in different departments. But yeah, women, there are some great girls out there too who are like, boss, mere ko ye sab nahi chahiye. I just want a good guy. I want a normal life. I want stability and security. And then there are some girls who are so fucking crazy. I'm like, what? Why did God even create you? But yeah, that's also there.
Some humans that are so fucking crazy.
Yes, and that's why I feel like it's the parents' responsibility when they're bringing you up to educate you about this so that you're aware, so that your intuition becomes strong when you're growing up and you can start filtering the crap as you go along.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.